What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at new Star Wars Black Series Wave 40 figures. So we've got General Lando Calrissian, Q90, Koska Reeves, Tech, and Aurra Sing. All five are really awesome looking and really great figures, in my opinion, at least by their looks. So hopefully figure-wise they'll be great as well. But we're also going to throw in Wrecker here as well, since we do have Wrecker and he'll go perfectly in there with Tech. Kind of rounding out our Bad Batch figures. We still have one more to go, but we have the 4 main team members now. So very awesome. So we'll throw him in here as well. So very awesome wave in my opinion for wave 40, so I'm excited to open up these figures. So let me go ahead and get them out of the boxes and we'll check them out together. So starting off with General Lando Calrissian, of course played by Billy D. Williams. He is a smuggler, gambler, entrepreneur, baron, administrator of Cloud City, and we see him join the Rebel Alliance following the Empire's occupation of Cloud City and goes on the rescue for Han Solo and Jabba's palace. And when we see him become general, he pilots the Millennium Falcon, leading the assault on the Death Star 2 during the Battle of Endor. So again, here we have him when he gets promoted to general in Return of the Jedi, and looks pretty good here. This is probably my favorite looking version of Lando here. I always like him as the general, so it looks pretty good. So of course we have the face of Billy D. Williams. Again, they've done more of like that face scanning, so we have a lot of shininess into it, but I don't think it looks exact. He's always one person that's hard to get the likeness of down, but I don't think it looks horrible. But I like how his hair's all nice and poofy and stuff there. It looks really good. And going down, we have a cape around him, so we've got this nice almost like a purplish blue color. It's hard to tell exactly what color it is, but a nice cape here just hanging out. It is a cloth cape, so it is kind of just flowy and everything, but it's got a nice clasp there around his neck. And under that we've got a tan shirt on. He even has, you know, some general rankings there on his chest, and then he does have this little holster going around, chest holster I guess you'd call it. Got some bands there around his wrists with look like some buttons and everything on it. Black belt around his waist, and going into the light blue pants with the stripes down him and the black boots on his feet. So overall I think looks pretty good. I like the color changes, you know, of like the purplish blue into the tan and then the light blue color, so I just like the color combinations there. I think that's why I always like this look better than any of the others. Now for movements, the head can twist all the way around. It's a little bit loose there, so it just kind of easily twists, and it can look down a little bit and up there, so just very little nodding. Shoulders can come up about 90 degrees there and rotate all the way around. We get a single elbow joint that bends up 90 degrees, a little stiff there, but bends and has the rotation. The wrist can twist around and has an up and down flex. We've got ab crunch right in there, so you can crunch forward, crunch back, so a little crunching back and forth there, and twist all the way around. Hips can come up 90 degrees out to the side of the far, thigh twist all the way around. A single knee joint that bends 90 degrees and has the rotation, and then the foot can rock back and forth and twist side to side. So I don't know what it is about him, but it's not like he's the easiest to stand up for some reason, so he's a little bit crooked or some, probably some with his legs, but overall he does stand up if you do get him in that right position. And for accessories, he does come with a little blaster here that you can put into his hand, or we'll just stick it right into his holster. So there we've got General Lando Calrissian ready to fly the Falcon, and then we can bring in the old figure from Empire Strikes Back, so him from the Cloud City version, and this is the newer one that has the better face printing and stuff. So I do think they did improve with this new figure actually, so seeing these two compared to each other. So like I said, this is the more improved one, not the original one. So overall I think he looks a lot better with the new General Lando one. And next up we've got Aurra Sing, which is a really cool looking figure. So she is a female Paladuvian bounty hunter, and we see her in like episode 1 during the Bunta Eve pod race on Tatooine, and then we know she's a lot from the Clone Wars since that's what this figure is specifically from. She becomes acquainted with Hondo Ohnaka. She trains Boba Fett following his father's death to get revenge on Mace Windu, and we see her work jobs for Zero the Hutt and Cad Bane, but I believe in the comics or something she's eventually killed by Tobias Beckett. So she looks really cool here, and a character I've always wanted in a figure. I think she looks awesome. So she's got the all white skin, so you can see there on her face all the way down her arms, and then she's almost bald except for the like ponytail here that's got the really long brown ponytail, so that looks awesome. The antenna sticking out of her head, and as I mentioned, the white going all the way down, so she's got some orange and stuff, a nice orange outfit with orange bands around her arm and wrist, and then she's got weird hands, so you can see she does have 5 fingers, but they're really long, weird looking fingers. She has a little leather jacket on with all sorts of stuff on it, especially there on the back. Looks like she's got some weapon stuff, brown belt around her waist with some chains and double holsters, and then brown boots on her feet. So overall I just really like the look of this figure just because of the orange, the white skin, and then the brown details on it just look really cool. So for moments, the head can twist around, and it can get all the way around. You gotta move her hair out of the way though, and she looked down that far and up that far, so very little movements there. Shoulders can come up 90 degrees and rotate all the way around. Single elbow joint bends over 90 it looks like, and has the rotation. Wrist can twist around and flex up and down. She has an ab crunch right in the middle there, you can see, so she can crunch crunch a little forward, back a little bit there, and twist side to side. Her hips can come up under 90 degrees there, out to the side of the far, thigh twist around in there. It's going to be hard with the holsters though. A double knee joint bends up that far in the back, shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So this is a very nice figure just with the looks, and the joints aren't bad either. And for accessories, we get dual DX13 blasters, so these look pretty awesome. We can put into her hand or we can put them in her holsters. So they just go into each holster there. And we also get her signature adventure slug throw rifle, so her really long rifle here that looks really cool. So again, like another signature piece of Aurra Sing here. So it comes with this strap that just kind of clips on, and when I've opened this, it was just kind of loose in the box, so I don't know if I even have it on correctly. There's like a hoop piece here in the back and then one that like clamps in the middle, but I do feel it's just kind of in the way, so you can obviously use it to put it around her shoulder, but we'll try and put it into her hand. So there is the best I can do with it in both of her hands, so it's hard with especially like the limitation in the elbows and everything to get her to hold it. Of course, when we see her a lot, she's just kind of standing with it at her side, so we may have to just do that, but as I said, that's probably about the best I could do with it in her hands. And then we got Q90, also known as just Zero. He is a mercenary protocol droid, and we see him in the first season of The Mandalorian, a part of the rescue mission to break the prisoner out of the New Republic prison ship. And during that process, we see him pilot the Razor Crest, and then while the people are on mission, we see him try to hunt down and kill baby Grogu, but of course Mando comes in to save him at the right moment. And then we see his head used in season 2 of The Mandalorian when the Frog Lady uses his vocabulator to communicate with Mando. So overall, he looks pretty cool. He has a lot of the similar like protocol droidness into him, so very similar to the C-3PO, but also different at the same time. So we've got the bug-like head on him, so it almost looks like a bug or praying mantis style face there. Looks pretty cool with the antenna sticking off of his head. Down to the body is where it starts to look like C-3PO, especially like in the chest piece stuff, has that like circle piece right there in his midsection, but the arms start to look different there, so he's got some armor padding up there, and then the thicker arms going into the hands with some wires and stuff there, which look pretty cool. I like the different combinations of the colors they use to, you know, show rust and everything there. It looks awesome. In the brown here, you can see he has like this holsters and stuff that go up over shoulders with all sorts of pockets and everything on it. Looks pretty cool there. And then going to his legs are a little bit different from protocol droids. I don't know how to describe, but you can see they do look a little bit different, almost more like K2SO legs, but not as long and stuff, but do look cool and very robotic there. Just overall, I can already tell he's going to have more movements than a C-3PO though. So for movements, head can twist all the way around. He can look down that far and up that far, so really good movements there. Shoulders can come up about 90 degrees. It's a little bit stiff, yeah, about 90 degrees there. And this armor piece is just kind of soft plastic that can move around with it, but it can also rotate all the way around. And there's even a little bit of butterfly joint there, which is cool. He's got a single elbow joint that bends 90 degrees and has the rotation, and the wrist can twist around and flex up and down. He's got an ab crunch and twist in the midsection up in there, so he can crunch forward, crunch back, really decent crunchy there, and twist around as well. Hips can come up 90 degrees out to the side that far, thigh twist around in there. A single knee joint that can bend up 90 degrees, and the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So yes, definitely much better movements than any C-3PO we've ever had. So not exactly the same sort of protocol droid, but I do like the changes they made. And for accessories, he comes with the weapon of the EE3 carbine rifle, so very similar rifle we've seen that Boba Fett have and everything. Now unfortunately, it was bent up in the box, and to get straightened out, it kind of weakens some of the handle here. You can see the whitening stuff, so this gun probably won't last very long and will probably break, but let's see if we can get it into his hands. So yeah, with his robot fingers and everything, it is really difficult to get it into his hand. You can kind of see I don't really even have it in his hands that well, so that's a little unfortunate, but everything looks good and works good and everything. It's just trying to get that gun into his hand is the only issue. And next up, we've got Koska Reeves, which is a female Mandalorian and member of the Night Owls, and we see her in Mandalorian Season 2 alongside Bo-Katan. She's a part of the group stealing the Imperial cruiser on Trask, and then we see her at the end of the season come back with the rescue mission to save Grogu from Moff Gideon and help Kryze reclaim the Darksaber. So she looks like all the other Mandalorians we've had before, so it has a lot of the same details, especially with being part of the Night Owls. So she has the blue armor with the brown body glove underneath. So overall looks good, and I like her colors. It's a little darker blue compared to others, especially like Bo-Katan, as we'll show, but I like the darker colors and like the darker shades and stuff there, especially around on her helmet. She has the viewfinder and stuff there, but of course has that Mandalorian armor in the blue as well. Again, she looks super dirty and everything, has the Night Owl logos on her arm, and has the van brace and stuff all in blue, has the little rocket and stuff there on her arm. Again, the brown body glove as mentioned, so you can see the brown is there, and then it just has the blue details, you know, just looks like your standard Mandalorian pretty much. I like the lighter brown color belt there around her waist with that like red tint to it and stuff. She does have the rocket pack there on her back as well that I already have on her, so looks very cool overall. But of course we can't take her helmet off to reveal the face there of Koska Reeves, played by Mercedes Varnado, also known as Sasha Banks from the WWE, and I think it looks really good. I think it does look a lot like Sasha Banks, especially how she did in the show with the darker brown hair, since normally Sasha Banks has like bright colorful hair, so that made her look a little bit different. But I think overall overall they really got the likeness in there, and I like even like the ponytail coming down the back. So really good job there on her face. So for the figure's movements, the head can twist all the way around again. Watch out for that ponytail. She can look down that far and up that far, so not a whole lot of range there. Shoulders can come up 90 degrees and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends 90 with the rotation, and the wrist can twist around and flex up and down. Ab crunch and twist in the midsection, crunch forward, crunch back very little there, but can twist side to side as well. Hips can come up 90 out to the side that far. Thigh twist a little bit stiff in there, but can twist around. A single knee joint that bends 90 degrees with the rotation, and the foot can rock back and forth and twist side to side. As I mentioned, your standard Mandalorian, so has all the same movements pretty much. Now for accessories, she of course comes with the jetpack that I already have on her back, and like all the others, she comes with the dual West Star 35 blaster pistol, so the same guns all the other Mandalorians come with. So with her, she only has one holster, so we can stick one in the holster and one in her hand, but we'll go ahead and put both into her hand. So I got the guns in her hand, and that looks awesome. And then of course we can bring in Bo-Katan as well, since they do go together. So you can see a lot of the similarities there. Just took and repainted the body and then just added the different faces. But like I said, I do think overall I do like the Koska Reeves better just because of the collars and everything, especially compared to Bo. Can team up together there, and that looks awesome. And then we've got the first of our two Bad Batch figures, starting off with Tech. So Tech is a clone commando from Clone Force 99, also known as the Bad Batch. And he's known as the brains of the squad, and he has genetically enhanced abilities with an aptitude for science and technology with skills of engineering, decryption, and language translation. So of course each of the Bad Batch has their own unique abilities, so he is like the smart guy of the group. And like all the other Bad Batch members, he has his modified version of the Katarn class Commando armor, so it looks pretty cool here. So it's mostly like this really light gray, almost white color, but has some darkness into it, so some browns and some darker grays. Of course the red into it for the red and gray of the Bad Batch, the black body glove underneath, brown belt with holsters and thigh pieces and stuff there, all the way down to the feet. So he looks pretty cool. I just wish the face he had the glasses, because he does wear glasses, so I wish he would have had that, but I do like his stupid little haircut and everything, just the design. But unfortunately to me, his face doesn't look much like Jango Fett or anything, since that's what they're based off. But of course this is a based off cartoon, so you're gonna have that, but I just don't think he has much of that looks. And I did see part of his genetic stuff makes him look younger and everything compared to all the others, but I just don't really see much of the likeness in there. But overall, I just love the look of all the Bad Batch figures, so it's awesome to get another one into the group. So for moments, the head can twist all the way around. He can look down that far and up that far, so very little movements there. Shoulders up about 90 degrees, and we do have some soft plastic, so it kind of gets out of the way, so it can bend up there and rotate all the way around. We get a single elbow joint that bends 90 with the rotation. Wrist twist around and flex up and down. Ab crunch and twist in the midsection, so crunch forward, crunch back, again very little crunching, but twist side to side. Hips up 90 degrees out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. A single knee joint that bends 90 with the rotation, and the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. Now for accessories, of course we get the backpack that all each of them come with. So we have this backpack piece that just slides into the back there, so we have like the little T-shape that just slides into. And as a member of the Bad Batch, they each have helmets, so here's his specialized helmet. So unfortunately here you should be seeing his eyes, because it's like his goggle pieces, but they have it all gold for some reason. I don't know why. But then he does have the visor that comes down over the top, but it's a visor piece with a computer display on it, so you can like see and read stuff out. I like the antennas and stuff. The little skull logos there for the Bad Batch and everything, so that's a pretty cool design overall. And of course the collars match, but let's pop this on his head. So there is Tech with his helmet on, and then of course we can always put the visor down and all that stuff, but I like to leave it up there. And for weapon, he comes with the DC-17 hand blaster, so again the blaster a lot of like clone commandos and stuff use, so very awesome there. We can put into his hand, so there we go. Now unfortunately for him either, he doesn't have any place to put the gun, so no holsters or anything, so he'll always just have to be holding that. But with it being Tech and part of his name being good with technology and everything, he does come with some tools and stuff too. So he has like little forceps, a hammer, and then like a stick of some sort. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but with these we do have a spot here on his left thigh that has slots that we can put each of these into, so you can just slide the tools down into those slots there just like that. So that overall looks pretty cool there for Tech with all of his gear and everything. Looks pretty awesome, and now we can throw him with the rest of the Bad Batch. And finally, we have the additional thrown-in figure of Wrecker here for the Bad Batch. So he's Clone Commando from Clone Force 99 once again, and his genetic mutation made him larger and stronger than all of the other clones. So he served as the muscle and demolitions expert for the Bad Batch, and like all the others, he has his modified Katarn class Commando armor, so he has it like modified a lot. So we have the skull there with the 99 logo, and all the like thicker armor there on his chest, since he is like a bomb expert, so he has more of the like bomb armor design, which is pretty cool. And then of course has all the red red and grays through it, but looks very awesome. And it's more of the darker color that matches more with Crosshair and Hunter and everything. So looks pretty awesome. He has this nice big piece for his knife there on his leg. Just overall looks awesome. I really like the look of this. And of course his face there, he does have the one eye all white out. So like it's been damaged and stuff. Has all the marks and everything there on his face, like veins and stuff that look pretty cool. But overall looks better and much more like Jango Fett to me at least. So I think he looks awesome. And he's big. So once we get all the Bad Batch together here, you'll see how tall he is. So for movements, that can twist all the way around. He can look down a little bit and up a little bit. So not bad, but has some limitations. Shoulders can come up about 90 degrees. And again, we have the soft shoulder pad, so it gets out of the way. So it can come up there and then rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends 90 with the rotation. Wrist twist around and flex up and down. We got to have crunch and twist in the midsection there. So you can crunch forward, crunch back there. So pretty good crunching actually. And twist side to side as well. Hips can come up 90 out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. A single knee joint that bends 90 with the rotation. And the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So not bad movements even for a bigger, bulkier guy. You know, still really decent movements in there. And for accessories, has a lot of the same stuff as all the other Bad Batch. So we have his backpack. So again, his is a little bit more modified. I like all the reds and stuff. Probably, you know, with bombs and stuff built into it. A nice red design there with the skull on it. So very cool looking overall. Got some grenades and everything. So we can just pop this into his back. We have his personalized helmet. So where he's got this like weird face painted onto it with the 99 up on the skull. So it looks very cool and a different helmet than we've seen with all the others. So that looks awesome. So again, with this, you can just pop it onto his head. So Wrecker looks awesome there. And then for weapons, first we get his knife. So this is very awesome looking knife. Very cool, very similar to Hunter's and everything, but this can go down onto his leg. And then he also has the DC-17M interchangeable weapon system gun like Hunter as well. So this big bulkier gun that you can do and change all sorts of stuff out to make it different types of guns. So very cool there, but we'll just pop it into his hand. So there's Wrecker ready to wreck some stuff. There is our Wrecker and Tech, and then we can bring in our other Bad Batch members of Crosshairs and Hunter. So we're really just missing Echo now, and they have announced Echo is coming out. So we'll have him soon enough, and we can fill out our Bad Batch team. So that's very awesome to have all 4 of the Bad Batch members there. Well, that is going to be it for our Star Wars Black Series Wave 40 figures, where we got General Lando Calrissian, Aurra Sing, Q90, Koska Reeves, and Tech, and then of course that Wrecker thrown in there as well. All of them are very cool figures, and I can't recommend them enough. So I hope you can find these in your local store. But let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.